Legends of Football Hooliganism. Once again, 'tis I, your humble narrator, Derek Diablo, Boy Diablo. Miami Casual, Diablo TV, like and subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. And we're going to keep the series going. Legends of Football Hooliganism. And now, these are not people I read about on the internet. You may read about some of these people on the internet, or you might be familiar with them from some of their exploits or some of their noted criminal actions. But these are all people that I know, that I regard as friends or as acquaintances within the group, within the firm, and not we've communicated things like that. Yeah, some of the guys are my close friends, brothers, and other guys I know, and then I want to get to know more. Maybe we just haven't had the opportunity to hang out as much. And I'm gonna begin this next series, which is on Plymouth. Haha, you see it there, brother. TCE, Central Element Firm, you understand? Now, people say whatever they want about me. Huh? You can like me, hate me, talk shit, you know. Same like you do against them. Same like you do against the Plymouth and the TCE and the Plymouth Argyle. Same like you do against any of my friends that I don't care what those people say about my friends. Feel me? So I'm gonna talk to you blood raw, especially for Americans, you feel me? Not that much watch this, but the few that are into the hooliganism are paying attention. The legends, people I know, lads I can tell you first hand about, and they're known people. They're not secretive, let's say, about their past history, let's say. All of these guys are retired. Talking about Plymouth A38's, the firm that came before the Plymouth TCE, none other than the legend himself, Steve Manley. Cheers to you. So Steve Manley, thing about, you know, I started getting, once I moved to Plymouth, right, started meeting lads and getting tested and this, that, meeting other boys here, getting to know guys, you know, I was asking the history because I'm interested in it. I mean, I'm into this culture in that sense. And this stuff from a long time ago. It's like my cousins overseas, what they were doing while we were doing our skinhead thing over here, which is parallel. Skinheads is what started the hooligans. Skinhead gangs, boot boy gangs, it was started hooligan firms. But the hooligan firms became more specialized. It's just like a, you know, match day thing. But skinhead boot boy gang is 24/7, and you're involved in football. You happen to go to it. Not every single person goes to the football. You know what I mean? So it's a skinhead boot boy gang thing. Is the origin of hooligan firms. Dressing up with different clothes, that's what people see. That I'm just doing my same skinhead thing, wearing different clothes. And Steve Manley is a skin as well. Everybody from the old school that was around, so you're talking about he was 70s, understand? And this geezer here, this Steve Manley, he's a great guy, he's a lovely guy. I don't know him so well, I consider him a friend, I've hung out with him many times, we talk a lot. He's a lovely guy. He's a bit older, you know, so he's been around for a long time. And he got some tales to tell. And not only that, the way people speak about him. Like everybody who's older knows when I'm meeting people. Even there's a lad I work with, a Scottish guy, Stephen, great guy, lovely guy. Him and a guy called Jamie, both were Scottish. And you know, he used to be in the football. And he was talking about going when he was young. He's a swilly. He's not a swilly boot boy. He's a swilly boy. Yeah. And then he was telling me some story. I'm asking him about different people. He's like, oh yeah, I know some other boys. He was careful to tell me that he was never in the firm, but he was going to fight in the football. You're going and turning up to the matches and getting in fights, but you're not in the firm. There's a lot of people that claim to be in the firm that don't actually participate in the fights, it looks like. I'm not talking about the groups I'm friends with, but I see it. I know about it. So the thing about it is, sometimes Steve says, oh yeah, because he knew who I was. And everything like that. I was working with him, decorating on Lord Admiral Nelson's house. I was working in Lord Admiral Nelson's house, looking out the same vista he had, and I'm deserving of it. I was accepted, so I was in there with honor. But so bottom line, I'm telling Steven sometime about the old football days. Once we got to know each other a bit, like, yeah, I used to go, we used to and then I was like, oh, who do you know? But started asking about lads. He's, oh yeah, you know, he knows Adder. You know, everybody knows Adder. You know, and then he's, oh, you know, he says, I said, Steve Manley. He says, oh yeah, Steve. You know, so everybody always put Steve. Everybody I talked to put Steve Manley on a pedestal, and he's one of the people that made the name for Plymouth, let's say, and he's associated as TCE. He's one who taught me what the central element meant about bringing everybody together from the different hoods, basically, the different areas in Plymouth that formerly used to fight each other. And I'll go on further with that description, or that the way I'm presenting that in a second one to follow on Adder. Stay tuned. But So Steve Manley, ideally I'm going to make podcasts and stuff like that, and people say they'll come on mine and everything like that, and we'll be able to tell the history better. So obviously I'm giving you a foreshadowing of who I'm interested in, who I put on a pedestal and I'd like to talk to, and I already know personally. So Steve Manley, A38's. The A38's, he told me he'd rather be known as A38's because he was A38's. Late 70s, early 80s. Those were the lads that were around. This is more, boot boys and skinheads. This As the Casuals was coming out. And then the TCE, that became the Casuals firm. You understand? That was kind of the cultural transition. These guys were all boot boys and skinheads going back there. Same as my background, So, Steve Manley, he paved the way for what would later become the TCE, him and the A38's. And what A38 means is like a freeway. For an American, you said a freeway, not a complete big highway. It's a freeway though. And what these guys would do is, forget a football match. The A38, they stopped the coach. They'd ambush them, stop their coach, and beat them all up there to smash their coach. Before they even get to the stadium. And I thought that was class. I know other A38's I hung out with. I know several. But the story is yet to be told about the A38's, because really the TCE Central Element story is largely untold, and I'm here to document it. I love these people. These people embrace me, and whether any of you out there like it or not, I don't really care, and I don't think they really care. You feel me? Because Plymouth is what made America. The Pilgrims, and they love American. They have little America in Plymouth, champ. So the bond has been forged between our two, with our country in that city, and the people, and me, and the TCE is unshakable. Steve Manley, respect to you, brother. Can't wait to see you again. Legends of football hooliganism. Plymouth Argyle. A38's old school what?